in Sergeant Maitland. Let's go!
Right, Lieutenant, stand back.
All right, that's enough! I said that's enough!
There's no need for those. I know the form. I'm not going to do a runner.
All right. Come on, Dave.
Get off!
All right.
You're all right, give up! Leave off! Stop him. What happened?
Don't shove! You tosser, Martin. You called these?
I never...
How'd they get here, then?
I don't know.
You made a mistake, Marty. A large one.
Be quiet. Get him into the van, John.
Come on.
You won't press charges. You're wasting your time. Tell them, Marty! We just had a row, that's all.
Well,
I never rung you.
they did all this.
Wear and tear.
I'd call it criminal damage.
I'm insured. I'm a publican. I haven't got the time to go to court. I'll bar them, all right?
You don't want them charged?
You know how it is.
Who are they with?
Please. Look, clear all this up before this evening. Look, I'm sorry. It's not just me. I've got a wife and kid. Understand?
John, what have we got from witnesses?
Not much. Apparently this is the motor they came in, but there's only the bloke that phoned in who's willing to make a statement.
Is he local?
No.
What about the rest of them?
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
Oh, good, right. All sorted now, is it? We can go now, can we?
You've been arrested for a fray, Mr. Finch.
Well, I don't want to press charges.
Well, my inspector does.
This is stupid. I want to speak to my solicitor. I'm not talking to no one till I've seen him.
Customers?
Kevin Finch, a fray. Cell number 2, please, Dave.
What about my brief?
In a minute.
Come on.
Name?
Sidney Jacobs.
OK, in here.
It's Dave Quinnan, isn't it?
Sorry?
You've done some rewiring for me. Last spring, Cotts Road, you remember? Didn't know you was a copper.
Well, there you go. Small world, isn't it?
So, how's business?
Business?
Electric trade.
I wouldn't know, Mr. Finch.
Call me Kevin.
Look, your job was a one-off. A favour.
I paid you for it.
Yeah, sure, but...
90 quid, cash in hand.
Look, it's not something that I do on a regular basis. Now, if you remember, I came to you through a friend of a friend.
So?
So all right, it wasn't a direct favour to you, was it?
Oh, chill out. I'm not going to say anything. Don't want to get you in trouble.
Trouble?
Moonlighting. Old Bill take a dim view, don't they?
Yeah. Only if you haven't told your governors. Let them know they're as good as gold about it.
Ah, they know then.
Yeah, of course they do. Now, do you want a nice cup of tea or what?
All right for me to mention it then, is it? What? Like, if it just happened to come out in passing or something.
When you're ready, Dave.
Sarge?
Jacob, cell 4.
Oh, Sergeant, can I have a word?
It's all right, Sarge, I can deal with this.
I want to talk to the Sergeant.
Yeah?
What about my solicitor then?
I've already told you as soon as possible, right?
Phew, that was a near thing. It was right on the tip of my tongue to say something. I could have come out with it just like that, couldn't
Listen, don't you try to hold me, you toe rag.
Easy, Dave, easy. Mind the garments. I ain't said nothing, have I?
Yet, what are you after?
I just thought we might be able to help one another out here. Us being old pals.
We're not old pals, I met you once.
You worked for me once. See, I don't want to get done over this affray.
It'll only be a fine.
It'll only be your job. Still, you got your electrician in to fall back on, haven't you? I thought maybe you scratched my back.
You wouldn't stab mine.
Don't be like that. People get fitted up, people get stuff squared away. I know it goes on.
Look, there's nothing I can do.
You can sort it. You can convince them to let us off with just a warning.
Dave?
Coming. Look, let me think about it, all right?
What's to think about? You only need to think when there's a choice.
The last time I saw Jacobs, he was leg breaker in chief for some scrote called Isaac Rose.
What about the other one? Finch?
Don't know him. So what are they supposed to have done?
Looks to be a protection racket, but the landlord prefers not to name names.
And nobody heard or saw anything?
Oh, no. So, where will we find this Rose character?
You won't. Not unless you got an exhumation order.
Ah.
Not a bad alibi, is it?
Is he? Yeah. Yeah, OK. Your brief's in court.
I'll wait.
In Birmingham. Won't be back till late tomorrow. Do you want to speak to another solicitor there?
No, I want Lang.
Well, if there is a new firm on the ground, it's the first I've heard of it.
Yes, John?
Excuse me. Nothing further on Finch, sir, but the car they were driving is registered to a Susan Crowther, 23 Cots Road.
All right, thanks. I thought perhaps you might want in on the interviews. Well, he's more likely to come across to a friendly face.
Barry, these two we got banged up for the affray. Are we on for a result of that or what?
Monroe's keen.
Yeah, but if the landlord don't want to know, we're knackered before we start, aren't we?
Oh, we got a witness. Reggie's taking a statement off him.
Well, that's today. What about when he's had time to think about it? What if he bottles out?
Well, it's not your problem, is it?
Well, it's just a waste of time and money.
Well, why don't you tell Monroe that and let me get on with writing it up, eh?
You can't wait 24 hours for Lang. It's an unreasonable request. You'll have a duty solicitor or nothing.
We'll see, won't we?
Pop Mr. Finch back in his cell, would you please, Dave?
Yeah, sure. Waiting on his brief?
Used him before. No one else will do, apparently.
Are you still happy for the interview to proceed in the absence of a solicitor?
Yeah, but I don't want that thing on.
It's as much to protect your rights as anything, Mr. Jacobs.
I'll talk to you, but I'm not having it going on there.
What are your objections?
I don't like them.
If the tape machine is switched off, are you prepared to continue the interview?
Yeah.
Very well. The tape-recorded section of this interview is about to be terminated. Interview will continue as written record.
No. No record.
All right. Having failed to elicit reasonable objections to taping the interview from the prisoner, Inspector Monroe is switching the recorder off at 15:49. The custody sergeant will be informed.
So? What am I looking at?
Andrew?
Well, it's more than just a fray, isn't it?
Why, what's Weller said?
As far as we're concerned, it's money with menaces.
This would never have happened under Ikey Rose. People knew to keep their mouths shut.
Oh, yeah? So who could it happen under then? I don't know what you were smiling about, Sid. Whoever's put you up to this has done you no favours. I mean, a man of your reputation grovelling around in the muck for a few groats. It's all rather sad, isn't it? You should be feet up in a mobile home in Chelsea Bill, not putting the squeeze on licensed vitulers.
Bloke's got to eat. Know what I mean?
I don't suppose Betty'd be best pleased.
Occupational hazard.
Oh, yeah? At your age. Do you reckon you can handle another plateful?
Who says I've got to?
With your form.
Well, what can you do for me?
I don't know as we want to do anything for you, do we, Andrew?
Not as things stand, no.
You start making yourself a bit useful.
Hey, now then. I've never put the black on no one.
Oh, spare me, Sid. Look, either you're talking or you're not. Now, if you're not, you go back in the cell and onto the sheet. It's no skin off my nose.
Well, what then? What do you want?
You're the monkey. We know that. We want to know who your governor is.
What? What is it?
Thought you might have forgotten about me.
I wish.
You sorted it. You're not going to let me down.
There's nothing I can do.
I don't want to hear that.
Look, it's not down to me. It's the custody sergeant and the arresting officer. If I nicked you, I might be able to help, but
Look, you get me off this affray, or the next time I ring the bell, it'll be to cough about your moonlighting. Do you understand?
Yes.
Better get to it then, ain't you?
Why didn't you tell me?
I thought you'd take it to Monroe.
Take what to Monroe? I haven't heard anything.
He's talking about making a complaint.
So? Front it out. Deny everything. Let them prove it. If they say anything to me, I'll swear it was never mentioned.
I can't ask you to pull strokes like that on my behalf. I can't.
You didn't ask. The offer's there. You can stand on me, you know that.
What am I going to do, Sarge?
The worst thing you can do is panic. Look, go and have a cup of tea. Calm down, all right? Have a sit in your own for 10 minutes and think it through whether it actually can make it stick or not.
Maybe I should preempt him. Maybe I should cough to it voluntary.
Dave, you're looking at a sackable offence. You put your hands up to moonlighting, you could be out of a job.
All right, maybe I was a fiver up on the day, but
Fiver.
the point is I didn't want paying.
Doesn't matter. You know the score on moonlighting.
Yeah, so does Finch. He says either I square away the charge or he's going to make a complaint.
Well, listen. I'm willing to try and square up the charge, if it's just this once. But if it's anything more than that, then I think the duty officer should be informed.
I thought if I took it to you that it wouldn't need to go to Monroe.
What do you want me to do?
You better tell him.
Right. Anyone else know?
Sergeant Boyden.
He did the right thing owning up about it. At least you didn't try and sort it out on the quiet.
Sergeant Boyden said
I'm not really interested in what Sergeant Boyden said.
All right, Dave. All right. You okay? What's the Federation's stance on moonlighting?
Oh, no. How'd they get onto you?
I told them.
You what?
It's Finch, isn't it? I tell you, if I lose my job, he's a dead man.
What's he got to do with it?
It was him I was working for. He threatened to blow the whistle unless I get him off the affray.
So that's what that was to do with in the canteen earlier?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, nothing to be sorry about. I've done the same myself.
No, you wouldn't.
Well, if you tell me the once, I don't think you got much to worry about.
Go on in.
Right.
You're beginning to try my patience, Sid.
It's information, isn't it?
You'll have to try harder than that. I'm looking for a result here. Not a load of old fanny about bent videos.
I'm doing my best.
Look, you're the one who wanted to talk. Now, either you divvy up, or we've got nothing further to discuss. Suit yourself. I'll go and see if your pal's got anything to offer.
Well, Finch? You won't get nothing out of him.
Put money on that.
He knows what side his bread's buttered.
Well, you can't say I didn't offer you first refusal. Come on, let's get you back in the cell. You still at the same address, Sid?
Yeah, why?
Well, I thought I could pop round and see if Betty wanted any shopping done while you were inside.
She'll be looked after.
Well, it's nice to know some of the old traditions are kept up.
On appointment, you never informed the chief officer of this other line of work.
No, sir. It would have been down as previous job experience. But at the time,
But you never put it in writing that you wish to carry it on as a sideline.
Well, I wouldn't, would I? Well, I mean, I don't.
You did it for Finch.
As a favour for a friend.
You're telling me you didn't get a drink out of it?
Here, Reg, got a bit of a problem. Yeah, well, look, 5 minutes, eh? Monroe wants to show me a statement ASAP.
Monroe's tied up. That's what I want to talk to you about. It's a Federation matter. I really need your help.
Well, look, you're the one with the badge.
Oh, you're the one with the experience.
You understand now why the job hates moonlighting.
Wasn't moonlighting in the proper sense, sir.
But you can see what happens if you're giving in to a man like Finch.
At the moment, he's still in house, right? So he's got that going for him. Now, look, if the bloke does make a complaint, he would still have the right of appeal against the chief officer's decision. Now, look, on the other hand, it's quite possible that his services could be dispensed with.
So there's nothing I can do?
Nothing you can do, Barry. There's always something you can do. Come on.
Samuel Rose.
Ikey's youngest. He's running the business now.
Like father, like son.
He should live so long. 40 years I worked for Ikey. Sammy sends me out on jobs like this. Some reward, eh?
What's he into?
You name it.
And where does Finch fit in?
Great mates with Sammy. Like I was to Ikey. Anything decent, Sammy pushes it his way. What do I get? I get to run the kids to school or take the wives out shopping.
And today?
He was short-handed. One of the firm had a cold or something. He threw me a bone.
Well, now you're biting the hand that feeds you.
Let's check it out, eh?
How's the prisoner?
Which one?
Dave's little pal.
I see. Brought it to you then, did he?
Yes. He's in with Monroe now.
Is he? Shame that couldn't have been avoided, really, innit?
What would you have done?
Could have found someone to alibi Dave for that particular day in question.
And where does that road lead?
You asked. No, you're right, John. I don't particularly want to argue the toss right now anyway. How'd it go?
Don't know.
Don't worry, it'll be fine.
Cheers, Sarge.
What did you take it to him for?
Well, he's a section sergeant, isn't he?
You know what he's like. He'd offer a drowning man a glass of water if that's what the rule book prescribed.
Have you got the address of the car they were driving?
23 Copse Road, owner Susan Crowther.
Yeah, but that's not the address on Finch's custody record.
Might be Jacob's car. What makes you think it's Finch's?
Well, he was the only one with car keys in his personal possessions.
Look, unless it's urgent, if anyone asks, we're out on a shout, all right?
Cheers.
We all know that there's a certain amount of moonlighting goes on in any station.
That's officers helping one another out, not subcontracting their services to the local pond life.
I think in this case it is as he described it, a favour. It's just he helped the wrong person out. So Quinnan's a bit of a good Samaritan on the quiet.
Doesn't fit the Jack the Lad image.
His service record speaks for itself.
All right, thank you, John. I'll bear what you've said in mind.
Sir, if you do decide to sit on it, would you mind not mentioning to Quinnan that I spoke on his behalf?
Why not?
Well, I don't want to be thought of as a soft touch.
You know they were on a wild goose chase, do you, Reg?
Well, that's all we got, isn't it?
Yeah, but the CRO check said Finch was as clean as a whistle.
Look, he asked for a break.
So, everyone's entitled.
Yeah, but not off the duty list, not someone he's used before. But he asked for him by name. I'm telling you, Barry, this bloke knows the ropes far too well for this to be his first tug.
About time. Where you been?
Busy.
On my behalf, I hope.
No.
What do you mean, no?
No, as in no chance.
You think I'm bluffing? I'll do it. I'll make a complaint.
I don't care. Do what you like. You're not having me, and that's it. Finished.
Finished? You're the one that's finished! Hey!
I've got work to do.
Oh, you come back! You come back here!
Moonlighting? You're joking. Can't you keep your troops in check?
How is Ted Roach these days? Jumped any good snouts lately?
All right, point taken. But I've got City in there coming across as sweet as a nut. I don't want Quinnan's DIY putting the kibosh on it.
No.
So, do you want me to talk to Finch?
No. First things first. Let's get Jacobs tucked up, then I'll worry about Mr. Finch.
I want to make a complaint. Who do I have to see?
Well, if you'd like to outline your complaint to me, I'll make sure it's noted in the custody record.
Oh, yeah? You're not fobbing me off. This ain't just a moan about lukewarm tea. This is a proper complaint about one of your coppers. An official complaint.
Hello. We're looking for Susan Crowther.
Is she your mum?
Yes.
Oh, is she at home?
Yes, she's in the bath.
Has she got a car?
Yes, a blue one.
Do you know where it is?
My dad has got it.
Oh. Has he? And what's your daddy's name, eh?
You keep us up to speed on Sammy Rose and we'll see you all right.
I want to know it's not all going to come back on me.
It won't.
But if you drop charges, it'll be obvious, won't it?
Now listen, Sid. There's a lot of difference between being charged and the CPS taking it up.
Yeah, but I've got to be sure.
Well, we could point Rose in the wrong direction entirely. Or drop all charges against Finch and push your threatening behaviour against Mr. Jacobs.
That's a touch devious for you, Andrew.
I don't understand what you're saying.
If it looks like Finch is getting the easier ride, when the time comes, who's Rose more likely to think has taken the king's shilling?
I repeat, Charlie, Romeo, Oscar, Whiskey,
Yeah, Reg, I've
Tango,
got it.
Hotel, Echo Romeo.
Coming up, Reg.
What is it?
Finch. He wants to make it official.
I see.
Sir, what are Quinnan's chances with the disciplinary board?
Sir? As you were, Matt. I'd like to see Mr. Finch, please. Dave?
Sir?
Where is he then?
Number 2, sir.
Right, lead on.
Sir.
Yes, Kathy, what is it?
Finch, sir. I think he's given a false name.
Well, what makes you think that?
Hollis and Stringer have made some inquiries concerning the vehicle Finch was driving. They've come up with the name Crowther.
And?
I've run a CRO check on the name Kevin Crowther. It's not 100%, but I am getting a match. Same date of birth, same height, same place of birth as Finch has given. If it is the same man, he's got a 9-month suspended for aggravated assault hanging over him.
No wonder he didn't want to be charged. It's not the fine he's worried about. It's the 9-month stir.
Right. You needn't enter my visit on the custody record, Matthew.
Sir?
I'm not repeating myself.
No, sir. Let's see Finch wriggle out of this one.
Thank you, Quinnan.
Who are you?
Inspector Monroe, duty officer. I understand you have a problem with one of my officers.
That'd be Dave, would it?
A constable, Quinnan.
Yeah.
You see, this is a very serious offence that's being alleged.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't really want to get him into trouble, but, well, moonlighting is a bad one, as you say.
Moonlighting? I'm talking about a secondary charge of attempting to pervert the course of justice which might be laid against you.
Do what? Look, I go down. I take Dave with me.
What you've got to consider, in your own best interest, are the long-term effects of a move like that.
Was that a threat?
I don't make threats. I'm a reasonable man. As things stand, with the landlord unwilling to press charges, we have very little evidence against you for the affray. On those grounds, I'm prepared to release you without charge.
Whatever way you want to tart it up, I've won. And I can still make a complaint.
You'd be ill-advised to do so. No receipt, no bill, no nothing. It's your word against his. I suggest you take what's on offer and be grateful.
Everything all right with Finch, sir?
Get him out of the station.
We're not charging him.
You heard me, Sergeant.
Sir! Sir! I don't understand it. Why aren't we charging Finch? With the alias he's given and the suspended, I would have thought we had him over a barrel.
The only one that's been had over a barrel is you.
But that's why I came clean, sir. Charge him. I'll answer any complaint made against me.
You think if I really wanted him charged, a possible complaint against you would stop me?
Sir?
I've my own reasons for not charging Finch, but that's this time. If ever there's a repetition of this incident, you'll find yourself out of the station and out of the job before you know what's hit you. Clear?
Yes, sir.
You've more friends than you deserve, and support from some unlikely quarters. People have stuck their necks out for you.
But what about Finch, sir?
Your former employer's about to learn there's more than one type of justice.